Good morning students. Welcome to the virtual classrooms. We are studying actually chapter number 12, aldehyde ketones and carboxylic acids. We completed the studies related to aldehydes and ketones. Today we will be studying related to the carboxylic acids. Again, like aldehydes and ketones, in carboxylic acids also we are going to study related to its IUPAC nomenclature, its preparation, its physical and chemical properties. Today particularly we will be starting first of all carboxylic acid, its classification. When we are having it as an carboxylic acid, in the normal terms we write it as aliphatic and aromatic. We are having it as in two types of carboxylic acid. Aliphatic means we know it that R is long chain attached with COOH group. R is a long chain which is attached with COOH group. We consider it as an aliphatic acid. But in this case, if R group has 5 carbons in a chain, till that we consider it as aliphatic carboxylic acids. But if we have more number of carbon atoms in a R group, then we consider them as fatty acids. That means if I am having it as a long carbon chain, and if that chain contains methanoic acid, ethanoic acid, propanoic acid, butanoic acid, that means 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbons, 4 carbons or 5 carbons, maximum 6, 7 also, still that we will be saying it that they are aliphatic acids. But if I am having it as a more number of carbon atoms like 10, 12, 15, 20, 25 carbon atoms in a single chain, and it contains COOH group, then such acids, they are carboxylic acids only, but we term them as a fatty acids. So they are separately classified as more number of carbon atoms containing COOH group. R is aryl group. Attached with COOH group. Then they are considered to be as an aromatic acids. Now here we don't have any restriction, right? Because we know it that benzene, naphthalene, anthracene, different number of carbon chains, 5 carbons, 7 carbons, whatever it may be the chain of in a cyclic structure, it should be an aromatic. And if the compound is aromatic containing COOH, we term them as an aromatic carboxylic acids, right? So carboxylic acids, we classified it as an aliphatic and aromatic, but in specifically aliphatic we are having it as a smaller chain known as an carboxylic fatty acid, aliphatic carboxylic acid. More number of carbon atom containing chain, we consider it as an fatty acids, right? Okay, now the next one we are having it, that is to study related to the IUPAC nomenclature. Now for IUPAC, we want to only recall that what will be its suffix or prefix. Its suffix is given out as oic acid when carbon of COOH is included in chain. If carbon of COOH is included in chain, then its suffix is given as carboxylic acid. See the difference. If I am having it as an COOH group, we know it that it's an highest reactive group, so it will be going it for the suffix. No other higher reactive group will be present for it, so it's going to be compulsory oic acid. But here, when you are having it as a compound with more than one double COOH group, when you are having more than one COOH group, both of them cannot be given out the number 1, right? Okay, both you will consider in the long chain, that will be also solved. But now if I am having 3 carboxylic acids, then in that case, how to include all the 3 of them? That won't be possible, because any given chain can have 2 terminals, and 2 terminals can be completed with COOH. How to get the 3rd terminal? So in that case, what we are doing it is, we are eliminating all the 3 oic acids, and we write it as carboxylic acids. Specifically, when we are having it as an aromatic acids, we are having benzene ring. It also contains COOH group in it. But benzene ring, when we are taking the ring, COOH group is not included in the chain. No doubt, as the IUPAC, we are accepting it as an oic acid, but actually benzoic acid will be written out with a suffix of carboxylic acid. Let's see an example. If I am having it as an CH3COOH, I am having 2 carbons. First carbon is included in the chain, so we are going to write the name as ethanoic acid. Right? If I am having it as an CH3CH2COOH, we write it as propanoic acid. No, if I am having it as an 2COOH group, still by considering it, I am starting with a chain from this. We write it as butane one 4-dioic acid, as we were having it as in 2 COOH groups. But now if I am going it for, suppose CH2 COOH, CH COOH, CH2 COOH. Now, even though if I try to get the COOH groups in the chain, all the 3 cannot be taken into the chain, and that's the reason why what we will do it is, we will consider 1, 2 and 3 only as in a carbon. We will write it as propane 1, 2, 3 tri carboxylic acid. All the 3 we will take it as oic acid. So this is the change that we get it. In place of oic acid, we write it suffix as carboxylic acid. Let's see it for the aromatic nucleus. Suppose if I am having it as an we know it that we straight away write it as an benzoic acid, but this is not an IUPAC name. It's actually a common name. The reason is This COOH is not included in the chain. But if I want to write its IUPAC name, we will write it as benzene carboxylic acid. The name will be indicated as benzene carboxylic acid. Right? This is accepted IUPAC name. Similarly, if I have been given out COOH, OH, this is already the compound, we know it. We have written its name as a common name, salicylic acid. But its IUPAC name, it's given out as 2-hydroxy benzene carboxylic acid or 2-hydroxy but if the question is asked out of these two which is an appropriate IUPAC name or exact IUPAC name, then this is the exact IUPAC name. This is accepted IUPAC name because we are writing benzoic acid. Actually it will be indicated as benzene carboxylic acid. Right? So this is what you have to be careful while doing the IUPAC name of the carboxylic acids. Right? Okay. The next one we are having it as the electronic structure of carboxylic acid. Now when we are talking about the electronic structure, we are going to get it as COOH group. Now because of the double bond, it's going to be sp2 hybridized, while this oxygen is going to remain sp3. So first thing that we want to remember, that is, though it is having two oxygen, both the oxygens are not identical. One is sp2 hybridized while the another one is sp3 hybridized. The one which is sp2, one gets sigma and one gets pi bonded, while the oxygen with sp3, both of them are sigma bonded. The bond angle formed by it, it's going to be 120. It's going to have trigonal linear structure. Right? Bond angle we are going to get it as 120. Carbon forms 3 sigma and 1 pi bond, whereas double bonded oxygen is shows 1 sigma and 1 pi bond, while single bonded oxygen shows 2 sigma bonds. Right? And because of this, what happens? This component, it's going to be a very strongly bonded compound. Okay? So that's the electronic structures. Is it clear to everyone? This is the objective questions that will be there for us. So we have to remember that objective questions can be there. We are having it as in 50% of them as in multiple choice questions. So for that case, it can be used because we are studying the electronic structure for each and every functional groups, and we know it that each and every functional group shows us something different. Right? Okay. Next one we are having it is a preparation of carboxylic acids. Now we are having it as a different preparation of the carboxylic acid by different methods, in which the first method, that is, we are preparing it from alcohols. First one from alcohols. Now from alcohols means if I take it as RCH2OH. If we take it as a primary alcohol, then on reacting with alkaline KMnO4 and then acidification, it produces RCOOH with same number of carboxylic acid. Primary alcohol produces same number of carboxylic acid. Right? Now in place of alkaline KMnO4, if we are using it as the same primary alcohol, but we are reacting it with CrO3H2SO4. We are reacting the component with CrO3H2SO4. The compound produces RCOOH. Right? But these reactions are possible for primary alcohols. If secondary or tertiary alcohols are there, then the chain breaks itself. Right? If we are having a suppose secondary alcohol, then on oxidation with zinc CrO3H2SO4, it produces RCOOH plus R-COOH. That means it breaks the chain into two parts. Right? So from alcohols, when we are having primary, we get it as acid with same number of carbon atoms. If we are having it as in secondary, we get it as mixture of carboxylic acids. We get the mixtures of carboxylic acid. So that is our first method. Right? Now the second method that we produce it from the aromatic hydrocarbons. Now aromatic hydrocarbons means immediately our first option should be always toluene. When it's reacted with KMnO4, it gets converted into COOH. But here the main factor that we want to remember related to this carboxylic acid is, if I am reacting it with CH2CH3 again with KMnO4, what will happen? I am not going to get it as a chain longer out. It's in spite of one carbon or two carbon, or even if you are going it for 3 carbons, this time I took it as in 4 carbons with KMnO4, still the butyl group is going to get converted into single carboxylic acid. Rest of the carbons are going to convert themselves into CO2H2O. Right? So whatever the chain is there, it's going to get converted into COOH. In short, if I write it as R, where R is N, that is normal carbon chain, on oxidation with KMnO4 produces COOH. So that is a fixed for it. Right? That is from the aromatic hydrocarbons. The third reaction from cyanides and amides. Now this is an interesting reaction. If I am having it as an RCN group on hydrolysis, now I am going it for the restriction with only one molecule of H2O. With a one molecule of H2O, it gets converted into RCONH2. If this RCONH2 is furtherly reacted with water, that means the second molecule is added to it. It gets converted into RCOOH plus NH3. In short, if this molecule is directly reacted with 2 molecules of H2O, right? So you have to, in this reaction, that you have to remember that during the complete the reaction, or in conversion, what is being asked, or what are the number of water molecules that are given for the reaction for the cyanide. Accordingly, we should get the product. If only H2O is written, CONH2. If H2O excess is written, if it is written as H2O excess, it straight away gets converted into oic acid. For amide also, on hydrolysis it gets converted into carboxylic acid. Here, the same reaction is carried out for aromatic also. Aromatic also gives the same reaction. Right? So that is a reaction from cyanides. The fourth reaction, that is by using Grignard reagent. Right? Now, while we are using the Grignard reagent, can you first of all identify which is this compound? O double bond C double bond O. Good. Many of you would have recognized it. It's only the way of molecular formula written into different form, but it's nothing else but carbon dioxide. It's a CO2 only, it's written. That CO2, it's reacted with RMGX. It gets converted, one of it, into OMGX, and the R group is attached to it. So one remains as C double bonded O, and because of it, what happens? On hydrolysis, it produces carboxylic acid, COOH. Right? So this is a specific method to produce carboxylic acid formed from carbon dioxide. Right? The fifth method, the next one, we are going to prepare it from acid chlorides and anhydrides. Now when we are saying it acid chlorides means we are going to use it RCOCl or maybe benzoyl chloride, aromatic or aliphatic. Same way, anhydride we are going to get it as in common RCO twice O. Right? For that, aromatic somewhat difficult to go for the reaction. So we are going to get the reaction as RCOCl reacted with H2O, RCOOH plus HCl, maybe with COCl as an aromatic also. On hydrolysis, it will produce COOH plus HCl. Why? RCO twice O on hydrolysis produces 2 moles of RCOOH. It's going to produce 2 moles of RCOOH. Right? And the last method that is given in our syllabus for preparation of carboxylic acid, that is from ester. RCOO R dash. On hydrolysis, it produces RCOOH plus R dash OH. This is, if we are writing it as an, even for the aromatic also, RCOOR H2O, it produces COOH plus ROH. Right? During this case, you have to remember that depending upon the C attached to it, the chain will be broken. Right? If this compound is given out in this format, we get this as an aromatic carboxylic acid. But if the compound would have been written as like this, and then in that case, our product would have been OH not COOH. So you have to be careful with aromatic, carbon is attached or oxygen is attached. If carbon is there, benzoic acid will be produced. If oxygen is attached, phenol will be produced as an aromatic compound. Aliphatic would be the different one. Right? Is it clear? Okay, that's all what we are having it for preparation, different methods for the preparation of carboxylic acid. In our next lecture, we will discuss about physical and chemical properties of aldehydes and carboxylic acids. Right? Till then, thank you.